Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls, welcome. Today I'm doing a reading for Divine Feminine. In the energy of Divine Feminine, we're doing sort of like love affirmations, self-affirmations, how to love yourself more. What do you need? Going into 2021, is it a renewed love? Is it an existing love? Is it new? Is it reconnecting with your twin flame? And what is their heart, saying to your heart? And then we're going to talk about the self-care aspect because that's where a lot of divine feminines lack. All right, so we're going to get right into it. You can pick 1, 2, or 3, and I will leave timestamps. And thanks for joining me. Please leave some feedback. I love hearing from you guys. Thanks so much. All right, if you chose the first card, your affirmation is, I forgive who I need to, and that includes myself. That is absolutely true. And you know why I love this? Going into a new year, you have to leave all the old past shit behind. There was this huge conjunction with Saturn and Jupiter, and that's all about clearing out all the old shit that doesn't help us, it doesn't serve us. So I feel like forgiveness is such a hard one. So this could be towards your person, this could be, towards yourself, it could be from people from your past relationships that, you never really forgave or overcame or grieved the right way. It could be somebody who's no longer with us, like somebody who's passed over. So either way, this is a big, big message from Spirit for you, is about forgiving. As hard as that may be for you, I feel like you may be sort of like looking around the corner to like a better existence once you do this. I feel like you know this. You know this in your core, but it's been hard for you, okay? So let's see. I wrote some things down so I don't forget anything. We're going to talk about, how to love yourself more. Ways that you can love yourself more. This will have to do with what do you need as well, okay? Sort of, in this beautiful mindset, how do you love yourself more? Everybody could love themselves more. What do you need going forward? Okay, so we've got confidence. Let me just fix these. My OCD. So confidence. So something with your confidence. Now, this could be because you're in separation with your person, your confidence could have gone down significantly. It could be something that you always struggle with, something that, when you want to go after something, you might be afraid of the outcome or something not working out, quite the right way. But look, it comes with time and practice. So it's not something that it's an instant overnight thing. So, in this time, in this period, going forward into 2021, to love yourself more, I feel like, this is really pretty much exactly what this card says. It seems like everyone around you and everywhere around you, there might be people like bragging about how confident they are or showing it off on social media, or when you talk to them, you just feel like maybe they're so much further ahead than you. And this could be people in your life, your work life, your family life, your friends. And you could be really looking at others and really wanting what they have. So I feel like, you may not be there yet, but you're well on your way, okay? So you just have to tell yourself, it's all right. Confidence is not an instant overnight thing. Like I said, it's just like everything else. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes a lot of unlearning, guys. Don't forget we have to unlearn behaviors from the past, right? Unlearning toxicity is the biggest one. So yeah, so to love yourself more, working on that confidence, working on that, sort of going into a room and holding your head up really high and feeling really good about yourself. Smiling more, okay? Like even if you have to look in the mirror and smile more, and putting yourself out there in small ways at first, but not being afraid of what someone's going to say or what someone's gonna, sort of sling back at you, okay? So what else are we talking about? What do you need? That has to do with, what do you need to do to get to that confidence? Like what is something you need to do maybe or let go of to get to that confidence level? Okay, let's ask that. All right. Ooh, Castle. It's time for healing, not war. So this has to do with letting go, I feel like, of old battles, okay? So some of these old battles with people, they might have said some things to you that were like emotionally traumatizing, that it could be like almost like it's been so ingrained into you that this is why your confidence is lacking. And this is why, you know, you may always find yourself in situations with people where you're not getting along, or there's something they want from you, or something that you can't give or can't do. And there's lack of understanding, you know, somewhere in your life with others around you, because that's to do with your environment. So, you know, don't burn something down to the ground unless you plan to build something in a better place over it, is what we're getting here. You know, if it's too late for that, it could be, you know, you got angry, maybe you pointed fingers, maybe you did some blaming, maybe they did some blaming of you, you know, this has to do with your person. And, you know, I feel like, you know, if you called for war, war was what you got. So I feel like these are old battles, like I said, and what's your plan sort of going forward after this is all the damage is done and you're sort of walking away now. I think you need to take some initiative and determination and, you know, start to try to figure out a little bit, like go back to the beginning is what I'm getting. But really it's time for you to let go of old battles, old wounds, old scars, old fights is what I'm hearing now from Spirit. Let go of like old fights. Okay. So what about love? Like coming in, renewed love, existing love, reconnecting with your person, your twin flame, your soulmate. What do we need to know in terms of that? Like any like hints about that, any energies, any feelings, any people, any timings, anything. Let's see what we got. So I like this taking steps, because I feel like this is you taking steps in a new direction that will automatically give you some extra confidence in your steps. I feel like it's smaller steps with you. It's like taking like one even hour at a time. Sometimes you could have a day like that, but it's just like take one day at a time. Try to make plans, try to, you know, plans in progress, I'm hearing, go hand in hand. Okay. So I think it will help you kind of like come out of this shell that you sort of like put yourself in. I feel like you're almost like a little bit shell shocked, but I feel like, yeah, moving forward, like into the springtime is what I'm getting right now, is when things are really going to take off for you. And I feel like things, the steps that you take sort of like to create more self-love for yourself will have paid off by then, even if they're small things, is what I'm getting. So let's get one more card from my Honest Answers Oracle going forward, you know, and then we'll talk about what is their heart saying to yours. Yeah, give yourself more credit, okay? I feel like don't feel so down. Don't feel so, you know, lost and lonely about it. Give yourself more credit. I feel like you have done some work here. I feel like you're gonna do more because you really want it, all right? So what is something that their heart or their soul is saying to yours, their heart and soul is saying to yours, your person, from afar? Something that maybe, you know, you can do, or something you can focus on, something you feel, something they feel. Ooh, we've got new love. Embrace an opportunity for love in your work prospects or spiritual growth. So new love, it could be something you do completely new that you're going to love, a new job, a new career, something like that, maybe a move. And in other terms, you might have some other love prospect coming in while you're in separation from this person. Absolutely. And I'm getting, you need to accept it. There's going to be like soul attachment there, and there's going to be soul lessons. They're going to like bring you like healing information and help in healing. Absolutely. Wow. Hope that was helpful, guys. Let's get into the next cards. All right. If you chose card number 2, I don't take on more than I can handle. Yeah, that's something that a lot of divine feminines, we do. You know, I feel like sometimes it's hard to say no, and especially if people have expectations of you. And it could be with your person. There was a lot that you were taking on, a lot of their burden, a lot of their stress, a lot you were like maybe empathically feeling like their pain and their issues, and it sort of mirrored stuff to you and triggered some trauma wounds, I feel like. So let's talk about what do you need, how to love yourself more, you know, going forward, how to love yourself more, and what do you need to do that, like going into 2021, because that's what it's all about. Okay. So for you, we've got Meryl. Be your own first priority. Yeah, look, it goes hand in hand. Like when we're taking on too much, we're always trying to take care of everybody else. We're trying to make sure everybody else is settled and fed and happy. And, you know, we might be listening to our friends talk on and on and on, but we don't really talk about our stuff. I feel like when we're too giving, sometimes people will take, if we give an inch, they'll take a yard. So, you know, this has to do with you being about you. Whatever you're currently grappling with, you gotta put yourself first, no matter what. You know, when you're on an airplane, what do they say? Put your own mask on before you try to help your neighbor with theirs. And that is to say that if you don't make sure your own energy bar is full, you know, like on the cell phone, we got the energy bar, then you'll have no energy to give someone else. So you have to keep some for you. You have to take it back for you. And make sure that you take a step back, and it's okay to say no from the demands of others, okay? So let's see, what else do you need to know about how to get that, how to get to that? How do you, you know, what do you do to sort of like keep boundaries, or like, you know, put boundaries up and keep more energy for you? Oh, we got homework. Take yourself on a date. This is an interesting card. This is like, yeah, literally what it says. Go pamper yourself. I know there's shutdowns. I know there's COVID. This is more about just doing something for you that like relaxes you, that brings you peace, that brings you calm, that makes you feel connected to other elements around you. That's really what that has to do with. So let's talk about love coming in. New love, existing love, renewed love, reconnection with your person going into 2021. What are we getting? So we've got planning and action. So I don't know if you're planning to do something, make a move, do a new job, transfer. I feel like maybe moving in with someone, anything that has to do with actual movement and plans that are required to do something, to put something into action. I feel like there's a lot going on for you. I feel like this has been maybe like related towards what's going on in the world too with the COVID. I feel like has a lot to do with this. You're wanting to either get away from something right now, or wanting something better, or more that you can count on is what I'm getting. So you might be making plans, or the plans that you've come up with so far, you're going to definitely be putting those into action going into 2021. And let's see what else we got. All right. Any love coming in? So I feel like the planning and action around new love, renewed love, or existing love, or whatever's going on, I feel like that might attract your person back to you. Yeah, and you have to stand in your present power, meaning, knowing that, you can't change the past, and you can't worry too much about the future. You got to be in the now, okay? So the decisions that you make, don't let them be about the past. Don't let them be about the future. Be in the now and stand in your own power. Don't ever lose your power, or let anybody try to persuade you or change anything about you or your power or the way you present yourself or the choices that you make. I'm getting, stand firm is what I'm getting, okay? Also with your person or with anything, I'm getting stand firm. Don't let anybody make you feel like, you're weak or you can't overcome something. That's what I'm getting. Stand in your present power. What is their heart saying to your heart? What is your person, your soul person? What is their heart saying to yours? What is their soul saying to yours while you're apart? And we got slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. So, it could be that you're just in an awkward sort of, like when you're awkward going into something new, like this is how I feel you feel about the new year. You're awkward going into this new year. Yeah, it has a lot to do with the state of the world, but I feel like for your own self, you're like, I got to get down to business here. I got to get that energy to get down to business. This might be your mind is racing too much. So I feel like, they're trying to tell you from their heart to your heart, slow down, take some more time, start getting more organized about stuff. Don't be so rushed. Don't push stuff. Don't force anything right now. Just let everything flow around you and know that you're being guided to the right things. All right. I hope that was helpful. All right. If you chose the third card, we've got, I commit to myself before I accept it from anyone else. That's right. You have to be committed to yourself for your own mental health, your spirituality, your best interests, your best life possible. So let's talk about, how can you love yourself more? What are some things you can do to love yourself more, and what do you need? So we're going to see what we got here. Okay, look. So we've got escapist. Come home to yourself. So this is the question for how to love yourself more. So I feel like being okay being alone for you is maybe something that's always been a problem, or it could be past this recent separation from your person. It's been the worst it's ever been. I feel like, you feel like, oh, I'm getting older, everybody else around me is kind of settled. And I feel like it makes you chase shit harder because you're seeing what other people have and you're seeing what other people are like doing and all of that. Okay. I feel like the quarantine and the isolations have sort of gotten to you too. It's sort of made this come out a bit. Okay. So, everyone wants to escape their lives occasionally. Some of us like to binge watch shows or listen to music or go for a ride in the car, or take a walk. But all of that is healthy, and our lives can get incredibly stressful. So being like an escape is like kind of going in your own head to try to like escape what's really happening. So what I'm getting from Spirit is you need to face what's really wrong. You need to face whatever's like going on where you can't get over something or something's like holding you back. So too much escapism is what we're talking about here. It means that you're not confronting a bigger problem or the big problem or the elephant in the room, however you'd like to say it, which is not healthy for you, okay? It's like I feel like there's a lot of I want to hide from the world. I want to hide from myself. I want to hide from others. I don't want to get up. I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything. So there's also a sense of depression here. But face whatever's going on head on. I feel like you're educated enough to do this. You're smart enough to do this. I almost want to tell you, start getting like some self-help information or books or something like that. Something that you can continue to educate yourself to help yourself along in the struggles, in the process of all of this with your person. So yeah, face it head on and let the pieces fall wherever they're going to. Look, we've also got universe. We're all just stardust. So I feel like Spirit's like, you have to remember where you come from. You might feel like this because you're a spiritual being having an earthly experience, right? We are all just stardust. We're all just children of the universe. We're children of God. We can't comprehend the vastness of our life. So I feel like there's a lot of this, I don't know where to go. There's soul searching going on right now with you. There's like a soul, like emptiness almost. Like you don't know your true path. You don't know what's going to make you happy. Or what's going to be good for you. I feel like you might be almost like I want to say like not a midlife crisis, but like almost like a spiritual crisis or something like that, where I feel like a lot's been thrown at you recently and you're not getting this more spiritual aspects of things, or you might be trying too hard to understand things that are just not meant for you to know. There's a lot of that going on right now, but don't forget the bigger picture is the main thing here. Don't forget what is important or what should be important to you. Okay. So let's see what we got about new love, existing love, reconnecting, possibly with your person, anything, maybe even new love coming in while you're in separation, anything like that. What do we got? So I feel like, look, we got this one literally jumping out. Behind a mask. So I feel like this has to do with you be your authentic self. I feel like you might not even know who you are right now. I feel like you're having like a real, I don't know, like a split or something that, you're changing and you just don't know who this new person is. And you're clenching onto like the person of the past that has got to go. Because that person of the past is like negative and obsessive and possessive and a little clingy. That person is dying off. So I feel like you have to be your authentic self with yourself and with others. So I feel like any type of new love coming in, show who you really are at face value up front right away. Okay. And then I feel like this also has to do with you just taking off the mask to yourself and sort of diving inside deeper of where the soul wounds are to help you heal. So I feel like, yes, be authentic. Don't be afraid of the world. Don't be afraid of other people coming in. Don't be afraid to show who you really are and shine. You can read this again. I commit to myself before I expect it from others. It's like you have to really do a little bit of inner work, and I feel like that's going to make you feel a lot better about shit. Absolutely. All right, what else do we get here? Yeah, and you're meant to have some success this year. I feel like you're meant to have some recognition this year, like something... I don't know if it's going to be extra money or a new job or something with your current job. You're meant to have like success, okay? Going forward, you're also meant to have success with love. I feel like the next person comes in, I don't think it's going to be your person in separation, your twin or your... I think it's going to be somebody new in your life that's really going to love you for you and think you're like the most beautiful person on the planet and really like want to worship you and treat you right. And you got to allow it, okay? And I'm hearing like it could be, let's see... Right, even 7 weeks from now. All right, let's get one final message for you. And we're getting 2 that is, you know, coming out. So put less pressure on yourself. I love that. Absolutely. There's no race. You don't have to be in a race to do this or fix things or anything like that. Let things happen more naturally. Let things flow more. That's what's meant to be like that. And then nobody said this would be easy. So Spirit's reminding you that something is teaching you great strength here. And I do want one more for you. Look, we got pushed through the pain. So Spirit is like, this is all going to be worth it in the end. We promise. I hope these all were helpful to you guys. Please like and subscribe and let me know what you think if these messages resonate. And I'll leave a link in my description box for my twin flame separation support and mentoring group in the description box, and also private reading information. Thanks so much for watching. Love and light.